As you can see, it's a game from Hayden Games Studio. I have never played anything from these people. This will be my first time experience with this, so I hope it will go smoothly. And I also hope there isn't anything sus going on, because that would probably get me in trouble. But it seems to be okay to stream, so let's hope it's nothing too spicy. And the mouse looks like a chess piece. There we have the main menu. Dr. Franks built a boyfriend. Seems like 4 interesting characters. Extras, help, prefs. What's in the pref? Probably I should increase the music, like maybe about here. The VTuber maybe about here. That should be okay. Can I go back to save, return? Okay, hopefully the audio isn't too loud. Although it seems a bit loud, I will lower it just a little bit. That should be better. And let's jump into the game. Okay, we see once upon a time in the treacherous mountain hillsides of Gienil, there lived a wondrous, amazing, and most incredible scientist named Dr. Frank. And yes, he was a doctor. He finished like half both of his doctorates before he got kicked out. That totally counts. Can everyone lie off about this? Ahem. Anyway. Super awesome Dr. Frank spent his days toiling away at his research, pursuing his lifelong dream of bringing people back from death. Seems like interesting character. It wasn't for any sentimental reason. There wasn't some long lost loved one he wanted to bring back or anything. No, this was for a much more noble pursuit. The aim of advancing mankind's scientific knowledge. And yet it was this same research that caused the local villagers and even the weak-minded university men to fear him. Also, I forgot to say thank you for the follow, AJ Copter. I noticed you followed me while I was offline, so thank you very much. Because they were stupid and jerks and they couldn't possibly understand the sheer genius of Dr. Frank's work. So, like, seems like this is heavily inspired on Dr. Frankenstein. But it was no matter, for the genius doctor was an honorable and humble man who simply continued this most critical research even if it meant he was completely alone. Well, okay, he wasn't totally alone. X was there and he was a fine assistant, even though he keeps asking for raises. But the point is, one day a sudden knock came at the door. One day a sudden knock came at the door and the scientist opened it to find a beautiful man with a radiant glow standing there. Seems like this man is missing eyes, but that's okay. Looks like a lovely person. In his heart he felt a strange, previously unknown feeling begin to form, as the man opened his mouth and said, "Yo, what's up? Name's Dominic. You're the freak that got kicked out of Heidenburg for those weird death experiments, right?" It's a Gorgeous specimen, as you can see over here. It was like an angel has been sent to meet him, and now that angel was asking about his research. No matter what Dr. Frank did, he couldn't stop his heart from pounding. The good doctor invited the man in, and they quickly got to know each other. And as the days passed and the man's visits grew longer and longer, their relationship also grew into something romantic. Whoa. Seems like we have some romance starting out. Dr. Frank had never given his heart to anyone before, but maybe for him, maybe for this man named Dominic. ... 3 months later. I never want to see another beautiful boy ever again. Oh no, did he get dumped? Dr. Frank, are you still in there? No one is here to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone. Door opens and my assistant X walks into my room. I try to bury myself further into the sheets, hoping that maybe he won't see me. Instead, he rudely opens the blinds. It's been a week, Dr. Frank. So I can be sad as long as I want. I lost the love of my life. Frank. Doctor. He waves his arms in the air out of frustration. Look, I know he meant a lot to you. I mean, he was your first, right? And no one likes being dumped, especially when it was out of the blue like that. But sitting in your room all day crying into your bedsheets isn't going to help you recover. You need to leave me alone. He said I was cute. I was in love. He was my boyfriend. You couldn't possibly know what I'm going through. Actually, Dr. Frank, I've gone through a fair share of breakups myself. You do know how I met my current boyfriend, right? So yes, I think I do know what you are. How could you say that to me? My love was special, unique. It wasn't like your love, it was destiny. Well, in my humble opinion, it probably wasn't destiny, since it ended up in a breakup, but okay. I roll further into my blankets, breaking my sideline with this egregious interloper. X size. I don't get paid enough for this. Dr. Frank. He starts to pull the blankets from off the bed, against which I double my rolling efforts to keep him at bay. I didn't come in here to fight with you. Can you stop? We have a problem. I can feel his grip lessen, and I peek out from the blanket cocoon to look at him. He's holding a piece of paper in his hands with a weird look on his face. I tentatively grab it and start reading. Tomorrow's the Heidelberg University Conference. You know, the one people travel from all over the country to see? Well, the conference schedule was posted today. And what the hell is this? Right in front of me in plain letters. Returning from Death to Life, a breakthrough study by Dominic Nileo. Oh no, it seems like he stole Dr. Frank's research. That's not good, that's not good. It was a spy. Resurrection? But that's my research. But it's Dominic presenting it? This can't be right. He wouldn't. representing my research and under his own name. I tried to tell you last week that I noticed him leaving with some folders the day he dumped you, but you were too busy crying into a gallon tub of ice cream to listen. No, this couldn't. That asshole. I agree. That's a very asshole move. First, he breaks my heart and dumps me out of the blue. And even after he called me babe. I mean, how could he say that and then do this? He takes my research, my baby, I mean, and now he's presenting it to those jerkwads at Heidelberg University like they hadn't rejected my same exact proposals years previous. Why did he get accepted while I was kicked out? Well, your thesis project did bite the headmaster's hand clean off, Dr. Frank. It was one time. Oh, whatever. That's not important right now. What's important is that Dominic is about to claim my research as his own. Maybe this was his plan all along. It kind of seems like it was probably his plan all along to come by and steal all the research, but it do be quite unfortunate. Poor Dr. Frank. I mean, but we were soulmates, I just knew we were. But now I don't know. I crumbled the paper in my hands, writing with angst. There is no way. There is no way I'm going to let him get away with this. That asshole ruined my life. He's taken my baby, my research. I throw the blanket off of me, leaping to my feet. X. Yes, doctor? Get the shovel. I'm going to show that asshole what happens when you piss off a scientist. Later that night. Frank. Doctor. Dr. Frank. I'm pretty sure this is illegal. I look up at him, holding a particularly interesting specimen in my hand. Does this look like the arm of a hot boy to you? Well, let me see. Not particularly. Looks a bit dead to me, but who am I to judge? This is illegal. Lightning strike touches down, a good whiles off, as if to exaggerate his statement. No one's using these, it's fine. We are desecrating graves. I mean, I've helped you with a lot of your crazier experiments, but this is where I drive the line. Eek. I throw the arm I'm holding up to him, quickly climbing out of the grave. So maybe there is a chance this isn't completely legal, but this is a historical moment, X. If we are going to create the first artificial life and show up that asshole and those idiots at the university, we can skimp on anything. We are not just making the world's first artificial life form here, we are pushing the boundaries of human capability. We are going to create the world's hottest boy. Well, that does sound intriguing. Also, I decided to stream this game because I figured that one way of improving my spoken English skills would be to play something that has a lot of dialogues. And by reading those dialogues, I could maybe slightly improve my speaking skills. I'm still kind of learning how to speak English more fluently and such, so hopefully this game will help me out on that. We will see, I guess. So far it seems like the story is quite intriguing. Looks like we will indeed be building the hottest boy to ever walk this earth, so let's proceed. And then Dominic will take one look at him and then realize that he was a fool for leaving me. And an even bigger fool for taking my research because now I have someone even hotter than him. How honorable, Dr. Frank. Ike's appears to be trying to find the perfect position to hold the specimen, up with the least amount of bodily contact. So you see, people who advance the boundaries of human capabilities were never stopped by silly things like laws. Now quick, I heard that Mr. Lance had a pretty big penis. We can use that? Oh, we can use that? Okay, interesting. Suddenly something moves in the underbrush. In the underbrush? I'm not sure what that word means. Is that like a bush or something? What's that? Hey, what are you doing? You almost dropped our precious spoils. But didn't you hear that, Dr. Frank? I think there is something. Again, a noise breaks out from behind. Well, then hurry up and find that penis. Wait, did the penis run away or something? Dr. Frank, behind you. I quickly spin around, a sudden ominous feeling in the pit of my stomach. There is a man I've never seen before standing there. I'm sorry, was I disturbing something? Oh, haha, no. I step back into X, hoping that the stranger can see any of our souvenirs. I'm so sorry, it was his idea, and I punch him quickly before he can say something stupid. This causes him to recoil, and the arm we had been arguing over not a few minutes earlier lands on the ground with a loud thud. The man takes a clear look at what dropped on the ground and looks back at me. What was his idea? The man takes a step closer to us. I quickly position myself in front of the dropped arm, holding my breath. Oh, fuck. X, you are so funny. Such a kid. Ha ha ha. Wow, it sure is cold out here all of a sudden. Well, we should be going now. I grab our bag of loot and dash away as fast as my legs can take me. I hear X yelling after me, telling me to slow down. It was nice to meet you, Dr. Frank, said the mysterious blonde-haired person with yellow eyes. If I get arrested, I'm suing you. I dumped the bag's contents onto the table, body parts falling out and bouncing off the floor. I said I'm going to sue you, said X. I think we have just enough. Dr. Frank, do we even need all these? Why did you take so many to begin with? X, we are making art here. We can't just use any body part we find. We must only use the absolutely most beautiful pieces. Where we actually get to, like, put together the pieces and, like, actually build a customizable monster. Because that would be actually kind of fun. I don't know if that's how this will work, but we will see. Let me take a little sip. Okay, let's continue. I pick up some arms to take a closer look. Like these, see? They are absolutely gorgeous. Look at that keratin. Or actually, not as beautiful as the one you dropped, but I suppose you are right. They are beautiful enough. You said that as if I dropped it of my own free will and not because someone punched me. Now where did we put the... shoot. I turned to look at my assistant. We have a problem. Like how we just desecrated dozens of graves, hacked off and stole family members' body parts, and then were spotted doing so? Well, no, not that. I pause, unsure of how to say this. We didn't grab any, you know. I gesture downwards shyly, hoping he'll get the reference. I have no idea what you are trying to say. Dick. We didn't grab any dicks. Oh yeah, because we got interrupted while we were chasing one. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess our Frankenstein's monster will be a Ken doll from Barbie. Seems like that's always the possibility. Oh, said X. Well, this is terrible. We even had the perfect specimen with Mr. Lance's penis. How am I supposed to make Dominic jealous of me now? Dr. Frank, do you honestly think that is what is going to make Dominic jealous of you? Yes. We need to go back. Absolutely not, said X. He blocks my exit, making sure I can't retrieve any other body parts. Yeah, we don't have time for this. Fine. We need to, I hate saying this. I'll just improvise. Okay, how do you improvise doing that? My first thought would be that he will like put some sort of a plastic toy in there as a replacement, or maybe like a finger or something. That would be weird. But I'm not sure how else would we improvise in this situation. But let's see. I don't like where this is going, said X. It's fine, it's totally fine. We are still making something beautiful here. We just need to be creative. Let our creativity juices flow. Now let's see. Is this it? Is this going to be the part we are actually going to build our boyfriend? Seems like that could be the case. Let me take a little sip before this. I'm thirsty for some reason today. Oh my god, we are actually going to build someone. Okay, this is censored, but you can clearly see what it spells. Hair. Let's see, what kind of hair would I like on my boyfriend though? That one is good. Let me double check. That one is also decent, but I think I will pick this one. Hair color will definitely be black. I am into emo boys, just saying. So, emo-ish vibes would be nice. Eyes. Let's see about the eyes. Oh my god. The eyes seem to be a bit difficult. There seems to be only 4 types of eyes. The round, cute ones. The oddly shaped ones. The absolute uwu moment eyes and this serious type of look. That's a difficult choice. I don't like the eyebrows on that, so that one no. This one could work. This one could work, and this one I guess could also work. But I think it will be between this one and this one. Which one would work better, I wonder. Let's pick this one because the uwu seems to be a bit overboard, to be honest, so let's pick this one. Skin color, I guess we can only pick somewhat depth. Maybe this one. And penis. Do I wanna know what this is? Let me quickly switch to the chatting room while I look if it's safe to show on stream. Because I don't want to have any issues. There is Lil Carrot, Modest Cucumber, Chunky, oh my god, Double Trouble, oh my god, just like my animes, oh my god. But those would be dangerous to show, so I will just go with no worst bitty. Because that's the safest option. Perfect, said Dr. Frank. Dr. Frank, what were those penis options just now? X, open the roof doors. I need a little atmosphere as I make history. He sullenly goes to the crank, reluctantly beginning to turn it. The ceiling creaks open, showing the dark, turbulent skies and cold, harsh rain above us. I raise my arms up, catching the coldness in my outstretched arms. Seems a bit dangerous to let your machine get rained on, but if it works, it works. There is a strange sensation in my stomach, a knotting of excitement and anger. It's rising throughout my body, invigorating me with a newfound strength. He, said Dr. Frank. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. My laugh isn't probably as maniacal as the doctor's, but it will do. XX, this is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. It's perfect. The skies, they know what we are about to do. Impossible. They know that we are about to ha 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 ha. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop us. I'm going to show Dominic that I don't need him. That I'll never need anyone like him in my life ever again. He and his kind will become obsolete. We are going to better the world, X. We are going to make it so that no one will ever have their heart broken again. Can we save? Let's save. Over there. Return. Okay. I read in reviews that the game sometimes crashes, so I will be saving on some basis. Dr. Frank, you are scaring me. I can do this. I can make the most beautiful boyfriend ever. Okay, that was a loud thunder, that's for sure. We work hard through the night, accumulating enough energy from the lightning storm to inject into our subject. We almost fell multiple times, the body not holding the energy as well as it should. But it was no matter. My sheer genius, hard work and determination carried us through the many hours of grueling surgery. We had done it. We had created the world's most beautiful boy. Well, let's see. Drumroll. Oh my god, he is beautiful. Is that pepperoni on his... Oh my god, he's got like salami pepperoni taped to his body. That's funny. And probably tasty. Let's continue. Dr. Frank, he's kind of ugly. I wouldn't say he's ugly. I think he's kind of cute. I mean, the scars could probably heal eventually. Also, hello there, Sake on Sundays. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. As you can see, we are playing some gay visual novel. We just resurrected this beautiful boy from the dead. And apparently we didn't have any nipples left over, so we just taped some salami over there. Yeah, we are building the most beautiful man, apparently. It's fun. Dr. Frank says, don't say that to him, you'll hurt his feelings. And I'm sure he's beautiful to someone. Yeah, I like him. I think he's nice. I would date this kind of person. He seems very lovely. No, what am I thinking? I made him. He's beautiful. And beauty is relative. Anyway. Sake says, I'm getting to work. How are you today? Well, I am doing nice. I was quite excited to jump into this game because yesterday's stream was very rage inducing. Yesterday we played some really hardcore game called Banana Hill. So today is a nice change of pace by doing a nice peaceful visual novel. Should be really peaceful. I was really excited to jump into this, and so far it's been quite fun. Oh my god, look at him. He's doing the uwu emoji. Of course, especially with his what exactly is that on his abdomen? It's his 128 pack. I figured that the more packs you have, the sexier you are. Oh, I just noticed he's got so many packs on his body. Yeah, 128 packs. Can you imagine having a boyfriend with so many packs? So I added a lot. Frank, doctor. Dr. Frank, you took an anatomy class, right? Cough. Well, I guess technically, maybe. Also, Sake, I hope your work goes well. I hope it's not stressful. I hope it goes smoothly and such. And thank you for stopping by. I am always happy to see you come by. X says, I don't even know what to say. The monster talks. He said he. Sake says, man, fuck that job. I'm so ready for a new one. Yeah. Well, I hope you will find a much better one then. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find a good job, but eventually you will find the perfect spot for you. It might take a couple of tries, couple of bad works, but eventually you will reach some good one, I'm sure. And I will be rooting for you. Dr. Frank says, he spoke. Did you hear that, X? My boyfriend spoke. Your what? My boyfriend. Haven't I been saying that this whole time? You've been saying you are going to make a boyfriend, not your boyfriend. Of course I'm making my ultimate boyfriend. Look at us. Oh, he hugged him. I wrapped my arms around the monster to show X just what I mean. Hee soft, said the monster. He returns the hug, lifting me off the ground and nearly breaking my bones in the process. Ah, that's not good. Yes, he's God I can breathe. He's so strong. That's sexy, right? Ah, monster, drop him. You drop him right now. The monster lets go of me. I painfully hit the ground. Seems like we will need to teach him how to be more gentle. Dr. Frank, are you alright? Ah, of course. Sake says, all of my jobs are temporary until I finish school anyway. What do you wanna do in life, kbit? Well, I can't do much since I am handicapped. Currently I'm doing some really basic work involving some deliveries and such that I can do like at most 4 hours a day, usually like twice or once a week. So I cannot do much, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I would like to maybe someday become slightly better with the streaming and such, and maybe do that, but that's unlikely to happen, of course. So I might just be I might just have to keep doing the various jobs that are intended for handicapped people, which doesn't pay much because it's not like full time, it's only a couple hours per week, but it is what it is. I'm kind of used to it by now. I've been doing these jobs for basically since I turned 18, because I was considered handicapped since I was 18, so that's one thing. Sake says, deliveries are good, especially nowadays, but the possibilities in streaming are endless. That's true. I think that there is always potential that the streaming could be slightly more profitable than the jobs I'm currently doing. It's also a bit more fun and kind of easier to do in my situation. But it's kind of hard to succeed in this front, so I'm not keeping my hopes too high. For now, I'm just doing it to improve my English, since I planned to eventually move to Canada and such, which would require me getting better at English and such. So for now, I just stream to improve my English, and if it grows over time and I get some popularity, then maybe I can start thinking about doing it like my job, sort of, like daily maybe. But that's far into the future. For now, it's just my way of improving my English skills. But yeah, at the moment I'm just doing deliveries, which is I cannot have a car, so I must do deliveries basically by walking everywhere. But it's easy to do. It's nothing too difficult. Sake says, improve your English and develop a taste for poutine. Yeah, I never had poutine. I never even had the freaking maple syrup. So I am excited to taste them once I get to Canada. Could be quite interesting. Dr. Frank says, because my boyfriend just hugged me. Dr. Frank, please stop. Hehe, cute, said the monster. Look at the monster, how smiling he is. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. Dr. Frank, X, did you just hear? Dr. Frank, please calm down. He's the perfect boyfriend. Eee. He kind of looks like he could be a perfect boyfriend. I especially like the hair. XX, look, okay? Look. I ran up next to my boyfriend, wrapping my arm around his waist. Do we look good together? Like, would this make Dominic jealous? Yeah, I think X is supposed to be Igor in this story. X says, I don't know if jealous is the word for it. The monster then leans over and gives me another hug, this time not as painfully. Ah, he's a hugger. That's the best, ultimate boyfriend. Papa is soft, said the monster. No, please don't call me that. I love my papa, said the monster. Oh no, this is turning into some daddy fanfiction. Oh well. Please stop, said X. Dr. Frank, well, that must be a glitch. Papa is soft. No, I'm your boyfriend. Repeat after me. Boyfriend. Papa likes hugs. Dr. Frank, please make him stop. Don't worry, we can train him out of that. It'll probably take some time, which we will probably don't have. Hehe. It doesn't matter, as long as he doesn't talk, it should be fine. He can still be my boyfriend. And let's get moving anyway. If we leave now, we can easily make it to the University Square before the presentation starts. Boyfriend, let's go. We are going on a field trip. Yay, field trip. And I accidentally skipped a text, which reminds me I should probably save. So let's do that. Let's save. Surely you are not going to take him into town like that. What do you mean? Well, I mean he's naked. Yeah, men dating men game, kinda sus indeed. But look at this dude, he's so cute. Well, I mean he's naked. How else are they going to see this beauty then? He's going to get arrested for public indecency before you can even make it to the conference. Fair point. Fine, so we will dress him. I made him pretty big. You did? I'm not sure if I have any clothes that will fit him. Dr. Frank, you need to dress him. Okay, I guess I'll just be creative. Objective, dress your boyfriend. Another bot coming into the stream. I don't know how these bots keep coming in here. Let's see. Let me give you something along those lines. For now, I am just timing them out because banning seems a bit hard. I mean, they are bots. It's not their fault that they've been programmed this way. You know? But it's unfortunate. This happened to me like maybe 6 times already since I started streaming. On 6 different streams, 6 different bots with exactly the same message as well. Kind of unfortunate. But our objective is to dress our boyfriend. Let's see. Let's check the lab. Hunks Alor, cutest boys ever. Oh my god. Does Dr. Frank have Yaoi manga comics in here? Reference pictures for my boyfriend. I see. Library. It's filled with old magic books I was able to smuggle in from neighbor countries. Ginnell's unique stance on magic has certainly made it hard to do any sort of research on magic fields. It was the best I could do to get my hands on intact animation research. what I would have given for some necromancy texts. Heh, like there is any that haven't been destroyed by now. Okay, top secret. Truly the epitome of my life's work. That's like body plus electricity equals body alive. Easy scientific research there. The dissecting table, in a way, it's also my boyfriend's crib. That doesn't sound weird, does it? No, I don't know. Let's talk to X. Hi, Dr. Frank. Do you need anything? Is that pepperoni? His nipples are pepperoni slices. Yeah? Okay, but why? Why not? Because nipples aren't usually made of pizza toppings. My dear X, you are living in the past. This is cutting-edge nipple technology we are working with here. My boyfriend has the best nipples in the world. They are meaty. They have enhanced flavor. They taste like pizza. I mean, that does sound like really lovely, to be honest. Of course. Papa? Papa is back. Okay, while I'm out, your job is to train him out of that. Why me? What else do I pay you for helping you run your experiments, Dr. Frank, not for training your undead boyfriend out of his daddy king. Hey, this is an experiment, so it's technically part of your job description. And need I remind you that your current job is to make him stop referring to me as Papa? I am to be formally addressed as boyfriend. Papa, said the monster. This is inhumane on so many levels. I agree. So many questions. Sake says, no pep lips for me. Well, I guess it's just a regular ones for you then. Let's see what this does. About Dominic. I don't want to talk about that asshole, but I said I don't want to talk about him. I know, sorry. I was just curious, how much of your research did you end up showing him? Everything he wanted to see, he kept asking, and I just wanted to keep talking to him, to have him keep coming back. I showed him everything. I'm sorry, Dr. Frank. His crotch. I think it's really admirable of you to leave the penis off. Well, I had to, because otherwise Twitch would ban me. But there was like 5 different choices for how the penis could look like. We had to choose the censored one. Especially after your insistence that he needed one. Not every boyfriend has one, but that really doesn't matter, does it? Oh well, I mean, I left it off because I couldn't get the right look I was going for. But I suppose it doesn't matter now, does it? He's still perfect. Wait, there were wee options? Yeah, there was like 5 different options, but only this one was the one that wouldn't be like a problematic. This one is the only one censored. So I choose this one, which is basically the penisless boyfriend. So basically the candle from Barbie. I hope we don't get arrested. What are we going to do if that guy goes to the police? Who? Have you already forgotten the guy who walked in on us stealing body parts? Oh yeah. I've never seen him before. I wonder what he was doing there. Is that what you are worried about, Dr. Frank? Indeed I am. I have a question. About what, Dr. Frank? I need help finding some pants. You say that as if that's something new. It seems that the lack of front junk has moved his center of gravity more towards his back junk. What? He's got a huge ass. How? How is that a problem? Well, I don't have any pants built to accommodate said ass. Ah, I see. Do you know anywhere I could find pants suitable enough for him? Well, that's a hard one. Your best bet is to look outside of your house. That's what my intuition is telling me anyway. So he can probably give us some tips about where to look for clothes, but for now let's go check the conservatory and maybe we will find something interesting in here. Let's look at the windows. It's a beautiful day today, a perfect day to kick at certain someone's ass. What's this? I made this for my midterm project. We were supposed to make a weed killer. I ended up creating something that makes weeds grow at an almost comical rate. On top of that, I'm either deadly allergic to this or it's poisonous. Either way, I don't want to pick this up unless I need to. Pick it up. Let's not do that. I love myself, I don't pick up the weed grower. That could maybe kill us. I don't want to risk that. Collection of broken pots that I use to carry some of the wheat grower around. Okay. It's Susie, my thesis project from my PhD program. He's named after the black-eyed Susan. Look, I built him to specifically lust after the flesh of man. Yes, he's going to be a bite. That's kind of in his nature. There was no need for them to kick me out of the program for it. And he even only bit someone once. That's pretty good for a man-eating plant. Yeah, that's not bad. It might not look like it, but I have a bit of a green thumb. You just can't see it because of my gloves. Gangrene? Nah. So there is back to the house arrow and there is this. I can see out the deck outside. Nothing of importance out there. Okay. Shovel? I can see a shovel sitting behind Susie. I won't be able to grab it without getting close enough for him to attack me. I see. So we need to... Even more plants. I have a lot of these. If I had to guess, we need to somehow put the flower to sleep and grab the shovel, and the shovel will be probably used for something else later on. Let's check the study room. Study. Big book. A comically large dictionary. It claims that it can translate any script known and unknown to man. Pretty useful, but also painfully heavy. I refuse to carry this around if I don't have to. Pick it up. When you move out, you want to have a Venus flytrap. Everyone needs something to take care of. Yeah, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. I always wanted to have some like huge bonsai that could like grow some fruits and such indoors. But that's probably really difficult to like make work and such. But perhaps someday I will get that done, and perhaps someday I will have nice little bonsai tree in my room or something. Should we pick up the dictionary? I will say no. If I can afford to not carry a 2-ton book around, that would be great. I don't think we need the book for anything, but if we ever come somewhere where we need it, I will go back for it. Are those the freaking chimp Pokemons from South Park? They are limited edition, okay? They kind of look like chimp Pokemons. Also, I noticed the mouse is kind of lagging in this game for no apparent reason. What is this? This button was set to move the bookshelf, revealing the passage to my secret lab, but I got lazy and just keep it open all time now. Yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable. There are some jars. I gotta spruce up my studies somehow, right? Some of these are even handy. Get it? Like a hand? I'm going to die alone. Yeah, this one is a hand. I just noticed. Okay. News. I pick up yesterday's newspaper. The Hindenburg Times, June 8, 1884. Annual Hindenburg University Conference set to Aston. This is basically the thing we already know, that there is going to be the freaking presentation, and that Dr. Frank is trying to get there and present his newly built boyfriend as his project. And additional sightings of undead creatures. Traveler's caution. Now that's something new that we didn't know. Apparently there is more undead creatures walking about. I put the newspaper back down. Let's check the globe. A nice sturdy globe of the world. It's a nice reminder that there exists things outside my door. If I ever stoop low enough to want to leave anyway. Lots of nifty knickknacks. But otherwise, doesn't seem like there is any clothing. Don't enter, go away, but if you want to get to the secret lair, you should do it from the overworld map. Okay. The secret lab is this, I guess. We've been there. Let's go to the bedroom. There could be some clothes in here. Maybe in the pile of clothes over here. A messy assortment of worn clothes. I still have a while until laundry day. The only thing that would fit my monster would be... I pick up my old nightshirt. Shakes itself before wrecks itself. Perfect, this will fit. But I'm still missing some clothing articles. None of these pants will fit. And we also need boots, I think. What is this under his pillow? Meaty Man Monthly? Strictly for research purposes? Oh, I see. I pick it up and add it to my inventory. Just in case. Okay. Use. Can I? I cannot use it, I don't think. Some Meaty Man Monthly comic books. Interesting. Never give up. A wonderful face to wake up to every day. Isn't that just his selfie? Kind of egoistical. There is some half-finished bubblegum ice cream tubs. I was sad, okay? Yeah. Bubblegum ice cream. Also, his bed sheet is some scientific mumbo jumbo. That's quite nice. It's my oldest friend, Dr. Oink. Dominic didn't find her very cute. In hindsight, maybe it was never meant to be. It's Dr. Oink. A big, comfy bed fit for only the best of the best. And by the best of the best, I mean me. Yeah, but also Dr. Oink. This is apparently his bed also. What's behind the window? Daylight. What's in the wardrobe? I don't wanna open these. The skeletons I have stored in here are going to follow. Packing was never my strength. But maybe they have pants. We need to find pants and shoes. I was just trying to click on the boots. Okay, so there is pretty much nothing in that room. Let's go to the kitchen. Oh my god, there is a king. Don't squish those. They are the tenants, Mr. Pretty Princess, Mr. Handsome Prince, Mr. Slightly Too Devoted Knight, Mr. Inappropriately Dressed Butler, and Mr. Her Majesty's Pet. No, they don't pay any rent, unfortunately. Yeah, he's got crown. Dr. Frank is lazy. He can make a man but not pants. Yeah, that's true. If I had men like that, I would just give him like some of my pants maybe, if he could fit them. There is enough. Knife, a trusty dusty knife. It's so worn it can't cut anymore. Its main uses recently have been to pry open jars of jam. I pick it up and add it to my inventory just in case I'll need it. Okay. So we can now probably open something with this. We can probably distract someone with this. At least that's what I think could be the uses. Let's check the fridge. Nothing in here except pickled bugs, plants, and unidentified failed projects. That's a hard word to pronounce. Oh my god. Let's see. What's in the sink? A pile of dirty dishes. Surely a work of art. Flower also. It's a miracle this flower is still alive. I don't even remember the last time I watered it. Well, maybe the eagle did it. Maybe eagle watered it. A window that looks out to my backyard. The grass is so overgrown it looks a bit like junk. I'll get around to it later. Okay, let's check the coffee. In case you were wondering, it's possible to stay awake for 4 days straight while drinking my very own, almost patented Dr. Frank coffee. Sounds interesting. I don't have time to cook, I have science to do. The horizon of human knowledge to expand. Seems like that's everything in this room. I'm thinking... I don't remember seeing anything that could be pried open. So let's go over here. Also, can we save? Let's save. Let's save. How do we... Yeah, like this. Because this game apparently crashes often, so I want to make sure I save properly. A nice fancy napkin. It's completely pristine because, you know, I've never used it. I decide to pick it up just in case. And now our inventory is full. I don't know what the napkin is going to be used for. A nice fancy hanging chandelier. I tried to use the crystals on these in an experiment once. It didn't work. Some nice sturdy chairs. Why do I only have 3? Because I used the others in a failed experiment, naturally. Table. A nice ornate dining table. It's covered with dust. I can't even remember the last time I used this. Can we click on anything in the... Doesn't seem like it. Seems like this room was in here just for the freaking napkin. So I hope the napkin will have some use. Let's go to the entryway. Locked cupboard. I had thrown all of Dominic's things in here after he left me. I didn't want to throw them out just in case he came running back into my arms, realizing what a mistake he had made. Been a week and still no signs of him running back into my good graces, unfortunately. So this is locked. Let me try using the freaking knife on it. Using all the strength I can muster, I pry the cupboard door off its hinges. Yeah. There, it's open. That was almost as hard as opening that jar of premium bubblegum jam last week. Rummaging inside, I find his shoes. What an asshole. I can't believe he's really gone. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. I had been okay by myself. I was a genius surrounded by those who couldn't appreciate the beauty and grace of my work. Alone. Misunderstood. I had convinced myself it was okay like this. I had my future all planned out. I was going to die as an unknown genius, somewhere ahead of its time. But then, Dominic, the way he had looked at me at my research, I didn't even know it was possible that someone could potentially understand me. He knew what my work meant, what I meant, but he left. And I was alone again. And now this life I had chosen for myself was unbearable. The shoes leather is rough on my hands. I should get this back to X and the monster. Yeah. Well, lesson to be learned from this game. If you can't find boyfriend, you can just build one. Easy peasy. This random assortment of shoes are all the footwear I own. None of these would fit the monster though. Naturally, his feet are really big. Should, but what am I supposed to do? The only person who would have shoes that would fit him is Dominic. He had left behind a pair of his shoes. Yeah. Inside the cupboard. Yeah. Shit. We already got those. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy indeed. Let's check the door. The front door. If I want to leave the house, I should do it from the overworld map. It's a fancy chair, I don't really care. So we explored pretty much everything. Let's go give the... I found a shirt. Great. I pull out my bed shirt and move to put it on my boyfriend. What are you doing? What? I'm clearly giving my boyfriend a shirt. That's what you wanted, right? To abide by public decency. Well, I mean, don't you have anything fancier? Look, this is the only thing I own that will fit him. You can spruce it up at least. I mean, it has blood. Those blood stains on the front. It's coffee and what? You want me to spruce it up? What? What does that even mean? I'm pretty sure that's not coffee, Dr. Frank. Do you own a tie or a bow tie or something? Besides the one I'm wearing? No. And I can't take this off. It'll ruin my look. Well, then you better find something else to go with it. Here, have this bag. You'll probably need to combine this with something else. Oh, the inventory has multiple pages. Okay. Can we combine the freaking napkin with this? It gave him, yeah, it works. It, well, it doesn't look very good, but it will do. Let's try again. Here you go, fancy shirt. Shirt. Wow, I can only just barely make out the coffee stains from back here. You know what? Let's just make sure no one touches him during the presentation for health precautions. Yeah, I found shoes that will fit my boyfriend. That's great. Shoes. So that's done. Now we just need the pants. We still have the knife, so maybe there is more uses for it. We still have the magazine as well. There was some stuff to do with the plant. Actually, let me save. Let me go here. And let me try using this on this. I slide up towards Juicy, keeping my head low. Hey kid, wanna see something cool? The plant hisses at me as I bring out a certain magazine. He goes silent as he sees the sparkling muscles on the cover. Meaty Man Monthly, so much meat. Too hot to handle. More hanks than ever before. Rated number 1 somewhere probably. Wow, someone. That looks like a nice gentleman over there. I like the hair. I can accidentally leave this behind if I'm able to get closer to certain gardening equipment. He grabs the magazine in his jaws, opening it up to a full spread image. He no longer pays me any mind. Oh, he actually does have the magazine. Oh my god, can you imagine having the fly trap and it actually reading like yaoi manga? That would be funny. Let's take the shovel. I can see a shovel sitting here. Do I want to grab it? Yeah. I managed to sneak around the distracted Susie and grab the shovel. Now if I had to guess, we can probably use the shovel on this. Unless it kills us. Let's see. Use. Nothing happens. Okay. So we need to use the shovel on something else. I don't remember there being anything else. We can go to town, which we could also try. That's our house. That's Hindenburg. Church. The graveyard. Let's check the graveyard. Might as well. It's the outside of the church. Immaculate rose bushes. The flowers in the church never used to be this beautiful. Strange. A handful of graves that we visited the previous night. Wish I could have grabbed Mr. Lance's penis while I had the chance, though. Yeah, we didn't get to grab that, unfortunately. Let's use the shovel. What will that do? Maybe it will do something. Although I'd like to look for even more beautiful specimens for my boyfriend, I don't have the time. Okay, so this isn't the place for the shovel. I really thought this would be the solution, but apparently no. Let's visit the church. I don't know why is there... I'm not even sure what that is. Is that like some sort of a incubus with some lovely boy? Seems like that could be something. A whole bunch of pews. I have no idea why they have so many. It's not like that many people even attend this church, what with it being in the middle of the mountains of all and all. Large variety of books adorn the bookshelf. They look really old but well cared for. Even with my vast spring of knowledge, I can't read any of the book titles. What language is this even? A nice batch of roses and thorny vines sits before the altar. The Atlin religion uses roses as their center point. Wait a minute, but didn't this used to be a Chaldean church? Strange. I can't tell if those are made up words or if those are like actual churches, but who knows? It's an elaborate stained glass window. It shows a sad-looking boy surrounded by a black basilisk skin. Basilisk skin. I don't know what basilisk is. I know that there is enemy in Dark Souls called basilisk. But they don't look like that. So I don't know what this is supposed to be. What crap, I've never understood how anyone can believe in such illogical stories. People seem to be believing anything. It's an altar. I don't really know much else about it. Fair. People tend to believe anything they want to believe. A donation box that holds a large collection of clothing. This is probably for the needy. I see a large pair of pants that could most likely accommodate a certain boyfriend monster. Well, I think I qualify as needy in some definitions of the word. I'll just grab the pairs of pants and try to stuff them into my pockets as much as possible. They don't fit, the legs hanging out close enough. Let's see. Basilisk usually refer to reptile fiends or demons. Usually one that's very big and causes death when you look into their eyes. Oh. So I guess this would fit the description because this kind of looks like a demon of some kind. Although I am not sure what is it doing to that poor boy over there. Looks a bit sus, to be honest. I turn around to leave with my contraband pants in town. Except... Ah. Oh, I see, we meet again. Good morning, Mr. Frank. Doctor. Excuse me, I am Dr. Frank. Oh, well then please do forgive me, Dr. Frank. It's nice to finally meet you. My name is Sirius. I just moved here. I took over the care of the church from the last priest. I see you found something of use in the donation box. Dr. Frank, no worries. That's what they are there for. If you have found use in them, then they were destined to go with you. Oh, thanks. He gives me a cute smile. I mean a sickly sweet smile. Since I just moved here, I was hoping that someone might be able to show me around. I gotta go. And we run out of the church as fast as possible. Like this doctor really speaks to me. I would do the same thing. If someone was like trying to flirt with me, I would just say, I gotta go, and vanish. But Sake says, hello, Sirius. Dr. Frank says, phew, I made it. He just about cornered me. Gotta keep an eye out for that guy, he's suspicious. Maybe he's the imposter. Who knows? All I know is we do have the freaking pants. I pull out the pants I found. I can't believe you actually found pants big enough to fit his huge ass. His humongous ass. And where exactly did you find those? The church. I don't even want to know how they ended up there. Pants. Is that it? Is that it? That's it. He's ready to go. Come on, let's go, boyfriend. Dr. Frank, please wait. We don't have time for this, X. The conference is starting in a few minutes, and my boyfriend isn't there. But the sutures? I don't know what that word means. Leading my boyfriend by the arm, I slam open the front door. To my dismay, standing there is... Sirius is back. Oh, Dr. Frank. Ah, I hope now's not a bad time. Ah, the monster is happy to see him, apparently. Okay. Shit, said Dr. Frank. Field trip. Who is this? This is, wait a minute. Maybe this would be a good opportunity to perfect the presentation I'll be giving at the conference. Yes, this dashing, handsome, absolutely sexy fellow here is my boyfriend. Future, it rhymes with future. Future. Future, it rhymes with future. They refer to all the sewing seams on the body. Oh. Oh, I see. Papa, said the monster. Oh my god, he said it in front of Celius. Now Celius will think that we have the freaking daddy king. No, don't say that. I love my papa. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not into that, I swear. There is no need to hide your interests, Dr. Frank. I am not into that. Ah. My boyfriend suddenly moves on his own, waddling up to where the new neighbor is standing. Ah. Oh, hello, Mr. Dr. Frank's boyfriend. What's your name? Ah. Ah, you seem like a very happy fellow. I am glad that we were able to meet. I hope you treat Dr. Frank well. He seems like a nice, cute fellow. Ah. My boyfriend suddenly clamps Celius on the shoulders, his face intense. Mama! Well, this got awkward. Even Sake is like, Papa. Okay, stop doing that, said Dr. Frank. I'm so sorry. Mama. Your boyfriend is cute, Dr. Frank. I wouldn't mind being your mother if you needed one. Oh my god. He doesn't need a mother, or even a papa for that matter. No, papa, mama. Yeah, I don't have time for this. We are going. I reach behind me, grabbing my boyfriend's arm to show past Celius and make our way to the grand conference. That got quite interesting there. Except the arm doesn't quite have the resistance I'm expecting. Instead, I look behind me and see that I'm holding half of an arm. Oh no. His arm fall off. Dr. Frank. I had ripped my boyfriend's arm off. Oh. I slammed the door shut, ignoring the muffled noises I can hear from the other side. Wait, what time is it? The conference started about 5 minutes ago. I look down at the arm in my hands. The skin seems to be slipping off. It looks like it's rotting. That's not good. What do you mean it's rotting? Well, it is dead flesh. We didn't soak it in formalin or anything. That would have made it look hideous. I can't work with hideous body parts, X. Field trip. Oh, he's sad. He did the sad emoji. Oh no. You can see how. Oh my god, that looks a bit disturbing. How the skin is using. Poor fellow. Well, just sew you will just sew on another one really quick. Go fetch me one of the other fine, but still slightly uglier specimens from the lab. Sake says, I'm to work now. Have a fun stream, Gabit. Bye. Yeah, thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope your work will go on smoothly. And I hope you will not be stressed in the work. I hope everything goes well, and I will be excited to see you some other time, as always. X? Please don't yell at me. I got rid of the X's. What? I returned them back to the graves. I was feeling so guilty. We had desecrated people's graves for those pieces, and you weren't even using them. The least I could do was to return them. Well, what the hell are we supposed to do now? Bring me my ultimate boyfriend on stage? Oh my god. Thank you for the raid, Lady Karen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. How was the stream going? Did you finish up the Hades and such? I was watching you a bit earlier. I seen you doing Hades. Also, Iponsky, welcome to the chat. As you can see, we are currently playing a gay visual novel, also known as Yaoi. It's the Dr. Frank's Built a Boyfriend, which is sort of a gay spin on the Frankenstein and such. And it's quite fun. Our boyfriend, by which I mean the monster, just now lost his hand, which is unfortunate. So we will have to deal with that. Lady Karen says, it was very fun. I had to stop because my friend wanted to play and we have a shared Steam library. Oh, I see. Yeah, that happens. I also have shared library with someone, but because I mostly play at night, I usually don't get disturbed by it, which is nice. Let me give you a little short shout out, because I might as well give you some shout out for raiding me. There we go. It should play. It's a bit quiet for some reason. I'm not sure why. But yeah, we are in the middle of the very, very gay story about Frankenstein's monster and such. Usually they work, so we don't have the same schedule. And don't worry, it was my settings, not yours. Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much for the raid. This is actually just my second ever raid. I only have been raided once before, so thank you very much. I am very, very happy. Thank you. And let's continue with the story. X says it would match the bloodstains on his shirt, at least. For the last time, it's coffee. I have to calm down. The conference just started and it'll go for another 2 hours. Dominic's presentation isn't until the end anyway. Well, just crash his presentation. So we need to dig up another arm. Again? No, I'm not doing that. And Lady Karen says, thank you darling for the shoutout. I'm going to sleep, but I hope you have a great stream tonight, and of course I will always raid you when I stream, and you are too. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you just for coming by. I always like to see you here. It always makes me happy. And I will be sure to check out your streams as whenever you stream next. Because I know that you've been moving and such, so there weren't many streams, but I am excited to see you return to streaming properly, and I will be definitely checking the streams out. So thank you very much. Dr. Frank says, what else am I paying you for, X? Go dig up that arm. Ah, said the monster. Angry bat. Oh, we made the monster sad. That's sad. My boyfriend inserts himself between X and I. Could think of any argument that we might have started. Fine, I'll do it. You stay here and babysit. What a thing to say about your boyfriend. I leave. Objective. Find your boyfriend's new arm. Okay, so I guess we will head to the graveyard again. There is the... Crap, I made eye contact with him. It's nice to see you, Mr. Frank, said Sirius. Doctor? Oh, please forgive me, that was awfully rude. Especially after you took the time to correct me the previous time. Is there anything I can do to make it up to you? Well, if you ever think of anything, feel free to let me know. Suspicious. Well, how are we supposed to get the arm if he is over here watching? Ah, Dr. Frank, you are back. Did I get it right this time? Oh, yes, you did. Is there anything I can help you with? This used to be a Kurdian church. The altar inside, it has roses. Indeed, I worked hard to cultivate them, so I'm especially glad to see them blooming so beautifully. Except roses are the symbol of the Atlin religion. But this used to be a Chaldean church. Is that so? Wait, did you not know that? I'll profess that I did not. The altar was barren when I arrived, so I simply planted flowers that I knew would thrive in that type of soil. Are you even a priest? How did you not know that this was a Chaldean church? Didn't you say you took over the church from the last priest? I did indeed. Then I mean, at the very least he would have mentioned the religious sect of the church you were inheriting, right? He did not. Our conversation was cut rather short. A chill suddenly runs up my spine. Cut short? How was it cut short? Well, he had to leave in a hurry. I'm not sure about what. Our conversation was rather short, all in all. Are you even a priest? I do not believe I ever stated such. Then what are you? I am a gardener. He gives me another smile. It's kind of cute. Wait, what am I thinking? I hope that won't be an issue. Dr. Frank? No, I just assumed that you were a priest. Sorry. Haha, Dr. Frank, why are you apologizing? It was my own fault for not being clearer in my introductions. I'm afraid to say that I won't be preaching any sermons here. I'm sorry if you frequented this church. I wouldn't attend a church even if you paid me. Oh, well then. My not giving any sermons should pose no issue. I know that a few of the villagers were sad to see the last priest go. But they won't have to wait long before the next priest arrives. Wait, what? I'm just stopping through. Oh, you are not staying? Why am I feeling sad all of a sudden? Well, that all depends on how things turn out. There is a chance that I won't be here for long. Why are you even here? Aha, so direct. Well, I heard a rumor and I decided to investigate, that's all. What rumor? I love the way your glasses bring out the color of your eyes. Huh? Ah, sorry. Did I say that out loud? How embarrassing. Okay, he's clearly trying to flirt with us. And I mean, he's quite handsome. He's quite handsome. He's got nice body type. Nice smile. I think he's quite nice. Let's see. We can either say, "Are you flirting with me?" or "Wait a minute, you didn't answer my question." Tough choice, tough choice. Let's do "Wait a minute. You never answered my question." Oh, how rude of me. What a question was it? What rumor are you here investigating? Your hair is such a cute shade of pink. I wonder if it feels as fluffy as it looks. What? Dr. Frank, are you feeling alright? You are turning a strange shade of red. Gah, shut up. He's too strong for me. He's distracting our questions by giving us compliments. That's a bit suspicious. Let's say, "Are you flirting with me?" Oh, am I? You keep telling me I'm cute. Forgive me if that is causing you any distress. I can stop if you want. Dr. Frank, would you like me to stop? I gotta go. Alright. Okay, that's interesting. Can we use the shovel anyways? Let me quick save before we do anything. Let's save. Let's save to the first slot over right. Yes. Let me pull out the shovel and let's try to find the arm even though he is clearly standing here. I can't just start digging up body parts with him standing there. Okay. I mean, I could maybe attack him with the knife, but he seems nice, so let's not do that. Let's try looking into the church. I mean, there isn't anything to do in the church. Maybe we could head for the Heidenberg. If you keep following this route, you'll end up in town. But I can't go just yet. Okay, we cannot go to the town, so let's go back to the house. And let's think about what could possibly be some solution to our dilemma. Let me double check the entryway. There is nothing in here. Dining room. Also nothing in here that could be working. There is this flower over here. I don't know. Maybe if we use the knife, maybe it will put the flower in our inventory. I stopped the flower. If it wasn't dead already, it is now. That's not what I meant to do, but okay. So I guess this isn't the solution. Let's try bedroom. Let's try to open the wardrobe with the knife. I don't think destroying this will help me with anything. In all honesty, it just seems like more work. Okay, that's also not the solution. We cannot pick up the ice cream. Dr. Oink. So, what if I'm a grown man still sleeping with a stuffed animal? That also isn't the solution. Let's check the study room. There is arm in the jar. Maybe if we use the knife? I stopped the jars. Nothing happened. Okay, maybe if we use the shovel. Nothing happens. Okay, that's... So, this is not the solution, even though it would be the perfect one. Bubblegum flavored donuts from my favorite pastry shop. I'll finish them later. Okay. We could pick the dictionary, but I don't know where could we use it, because that doesn't seem like that would lead us anywhere. I don't know. I know that there are these bags over here, which the doctor said he's allergic to. So before we do anything, let me quick save and let's try to put some of them in my inventory. Yes, please. Holding my nose, I put it in my inventory. Achoo. Ah, this sucks. Should I put the weed grower down? No. I embrace that. Okay, so we got the weed grower. We got the weed grower. Now, there are two places I can think of using this. Either the flower in the kitchen, or something in the church with the roses, or on the graveyard. Let's try kitchen first. Achoo. The ventilation in this room isn't very good. Suddenly I became aware of the foul odor the wheat grower in my pocket is putting off. Achoo, achoo. Yeah, I can breathe. I collapsed to the ground, gasping for air, and I died. So this is our first death. Try again. Yes, please. No, I'll stay dead, thank you. Yes, please. Alright. So let's pick it up again, and this time let's head directly for the graveyard. And let's try giving this to the bushes. Nothing happens. Okay, let's try putting it to the graves. Nothing happens. Okay. So maybe if we put it to Sylvian. Oh, I mean Silius. Oh, Dr. Frank, if you want to show me something, why don't you talk to me? My, do you like talking to me that much? What would make you leave the garden? Haha, you have an interesting look on your face there, Dr. Frank. Yeah, so, hypothetically, if something big happened, would you leave? Excuse me? I mean, like, if something happened, would you go check it out? Well, I suppose. Great. So, what things would you leave for? Dr. Frank, do you want me to leave? Oh, no, I'm not saying that at all. Then why are you asking me this? No reason, absolutely no reason. Hmm. If I had to guess, we need to do something somewhere. Maybe in the church, but I am afraid that if we go inside, we will die. Let me save. Let me save third slot. Let's try the church, and let's put the wheat grower into the roses. I quickly dump all of the powder on the roses, trying my hardest not to breathe in the dust. Vines, lion's manes, and other weeds start popping up immediately, covering up the roses that were there before. That'll do it. Now just to let this get Celius away from the graves. Okay. So we talk with him now. Hey Celius, I saw a whole bunch of weeds in the church. They were in that little box with your roses. My flowers, he rushes off. And this is our perfect opportunity to dig up some human parts. I move to dig again when something strong grabs the end of my shovel. Papa. Boyfriend? Me too, me too. He grabs the shovel and starts digging in the grave. Even with only a single hand, he puts to shame my own progress. He wanted to come find you. It's X for some reason. I'm happy to see him. Ah, so cute. What a great boyfriend. Wait, did anyone see him? Dr. Frank, you live in a nigh impenetrable mountain rain. No, no one saw him. Oh, good, good. Ah, it seemed that the monster had found something while digging. X walks over to pick up the severed arm that he had quickly reburied the wee hours of the morning. Now, how did we get this on again? My assistant starts to hand me a staple for the arm, but then pulls back after a second thought. Are you sure about this, Dr. Frank? What? Come on, we have to get going. Give me the staple. I mean, you are doing this all to get back at Dominic, right? Have you been paying any attention? I'm taking my revenge on him and those stupid university types. Right. I think you are putting too much energy into this. Too much? I reach for the stapler, but he pulls back. So you get your revenge and then what? I reach out again, but he dodges me. Dr. Frank, then what? Then then I'll be happy and they recognize what amazing work I've done and again I reach for staple but to no avail. X, we don't have time for this. When will you have time for this, Dr. Frank? I tried to ask you 2 days ago and a week before that, but kept you keep avoiding the question. What are you going to do now? After you take your revenge? Well, then everyone will love me and they'll accept me into the university and Dominic will be so destroyed that he'll have to leave the country. And what if that doesn't happen? Dr. Frank. I don't know, X. Now can you please give me the damn stapler? He hands it to me and I take it without looking him in the eye. Arm. I quickly reattach it as best to my abilities. Now he's ready for the conference and only a few minutes to spare until the presentation starts. Let's go. We arrive before Dominic's presentation. Conference brimming with people. To think that all of these people would have been looking upon my research at me if only things had been different. If only Suzy hadn't had the one unfortunate encounter with Headmaster Aaron. If only that professor hadn't threatened to report my work to the Queensman. I could have been up there. Oh, now, where is that asshole? Just then the current presenter goes behind the curtains and for a split second I can see a certain brown-haired man I could never forget. It's the freaking Dominic, the freaking guy that dumped us and stole our research. That asshole. I charge off, pushing through the crowd, X and the monster on my heels. We make it back behind the stage just in the nick of time. He sees me and takes a step back. Oh, wow. What are you doing here, Frankfurter? What am I doing here? I'm here to take my revenge. Dude, what? You stole my research, everything I worked so hard for, and now you are presenting it to these people what, bro? Can we talk about this later? I'm like 5 minutes away from doing this thing. Yeah, fuck you. You broke my heart. Dude, are you still hung up about that? What? I mean, it was like, what, 2 weeks tops? Well, fuck you. And now I have someone even better. I glance behind me to present my new and better improved boyfriend, but he is still off in the crowds, him and X fighting to slip behind the stages. I made an entirely new creature, a new life form. He's better than you, he's more handsome and more affectionate and listens to me when I speak, and he's just a million times better than you in every way. Hmm, cool. So I'm going to go do my presentation now. But aren't you intimidated? Speechless at how I've completely moved on from you and you were nothing but a mistake? Yeah, that's cool, bro. So I'm going to do my presentation. He turns to leave, but I follow on his heels. Your awesome research, don't you mean my awesome research? You stole it from me. That's why I'm doing all of this, you see, taking my revenge. Yours? I mean, it's based on your research, but it's still my experiment. Don't worry, I cited you in the bibliography of the paper. Suddenly the crowd starts clapping, and a man pulls back the curtain, mentioning for Dominic to go onto the stage. Seems like stuff is going to get quite juicy from now on. Let me take a little sip. Gotta stay hydrated and such. Look, I gotta go, said Dominic. But that's my research, said Dr. Frank. I rushed to stop him from going out there, from claiming my research as his own, but just then, Mr. Frank. I turn around to see it's Headmaster Aaron. What the hell are you doing here? X has finally caught up with the monster, bowed out of breath. And what the hell is that? He gestures towards the monster who's just staring at his missing hand. You people, you fools, stand back. I did the impossible. I have an incredible experiment that will revolutionize the nature of humanity. I created I created the world's first artificial life form. And I'm going to go out there and change this loveless, cruel world. That man, he stole my research. My research, you hear me? I'm not going to let any of you step all over me again. Mr. Frank, Mr. Nelion is an esteemed member of our doctorate program, and any such claims of plagiarism are to be taken seriously. If you truly wish to pursue this further, and this isn't yet again another one of your outbursts, you can take this up with. Just then the crowd bursts out in sound from the other side of the curtains, and I turn to look. There is a bird flying around out there. Somehow he'd been able to reanimate it. Gods help us. All of a sudden people start moving, stage hands are running off whispering amongst themselves. Don't mention this creation you've brought with you to anyone, Mr. Frank. What? But I'm here to present. Would you shut up for once? The Queen herself is in attendance today. Is she? It's been all over the papers. Oh. Suddenly a few armored guards rush past, showing their way onto the stage, where a bewildered Dominic stands. The headmaster pulls me back further out of the sightlines of the ominous-looking guardsmen. Look, Mr. Frank, we've tolerated a lot of your shenanigans in the past. Despite what we have told you multiple times regarding the legality of your work. But what is invention in the face of Despite multiple warnings, you have continued to pursue illegal research. And now you have passed the same illegal research onto one of our students. The guardsmen have begun to round up stagehands, lining them up next to Dominic, most likely to arrest them. If you don't say anything, they won't arrest you too. Two? Some yelling breaks out from the stage. It's Dominic, yelling at the guardsmen. One of them pushes the other, and suddenly the three of them are fighting. Our eyes lock. It's not mine, it's his. He makes a lunge towards me, but one of the guards hit him and he falls to the ground. I suggest you leave. People have started to scream, what in the world is even going on out in the audience? Dr. Frank, we need to go. But my revenge? X grabs my hand and pulls me away. We make it out of town just in time. There are fires dotting the horizon in the direction of Heidelberg University. We are lucky to have escaped, you know. Oh, butterfly. The monster runs off to chase an insect. So, what now, Dr. Frank? Now that the university has realized the error of its ways and Dominic has been forced out of the country, and that everyone loves you and nothing bad will ever happen again. I don't know, okay? I don't know what the hell I'm going to do now. The university will never accept me now. I glance towards the fires that have broken out in town. And that asshole, he didn't even... Can I make a suggestion? Since you didn't say no, you've grown up in this town your whole life, right? The mansion was your grandmother's from what I remember. So what? So this is your hometown, and it's the only place you've ever lived. And maybe it would be good to get some perspective. I mean, everyone here knows that you are the weird guy who lives in a creepy mansion in the woods and is obsessed with illegal research. You don't have to put it that way, said Dr. Frank. There is a program I know just over the border in Espington that specializes in... I accidentally skipped the text. Can I go back by pressing this button? Nope. I don't think I can. Are there any... Back? Oh, I can go back. In Espington that specializes in plant regeneration. My boyfriend went to university there and mentioned it. I know it's not exactly the same exact research as what you've been doing, but you could probably find some use for it in your own experiments. So what? Said Dr. Frank. Are you saying I should just, I don't know, go there instead? Well, yes. So I have to go on a completely different country to even find a place that will recognize my genius? Dr. Frank, I'm saying maybe it's time to get out of your house and stop obsessing over your revenge, over making other people like you. Not to mention that if you manage to blow up a laboratory building again, it would be much easier to avoid the repercussions if it happened in another country. But the people of Espington are so stuffy and snotty and... Ah, what's your stamp? Butterfly, butterfly. The monster comes charging over again, chasing a bug that is clearly not a butterfly. Just then I realize that Celius has followed the monster over to us. Ah, oh, I see we meet again, Dr. Frank. Can we help you with anything? Papa, butterfly pretty. Oh, I had just happened to see your cute child here, running through the church grounds. I was a bit worried about him falling into a ditch or even one of the unearthed graves. I haven't a clue as to where they came from. And also, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but were you discussing Espington? Yeah, we were. I am actually from Espington originally. In fact, if there is anything you need to know, I would love to help. That's very generous of you, but it was just a thought. I'm not sure if Dr. Frank is even going to move there. Yes, I would love to know. Please tell me everything. Haha, very well. Feel free to ask me anything, Dr. Frank. Butterfly pretty, said the lovely monster. The monster shoves a dead insect into my face. At a later time, of course. We ought to be getting back to the house. Right. I wave goodbye to Celius as we head back up the mountain. 2 months later, oh my god, that's such a long time. Seems like a bit of a odd choice. Ask me that question again. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Having cracked the code of animal regeneration and about to be entering clinical trials on testing on humans. Maybe you should leave out the human experimentation part, Dr. Frank. But otherwise, great. I think you are ready to go. Do I look okay? Maybe put more gel on your hair. There is no way that's going to stay down for the whole trip over there. But I already used the whole jar. Oh, maybe just try not to touch it then? What the heck, did you hear that? There was some weird boing sound effect. Sure enough, moments later my hair reverts back to its original form. Ah, so much for that. Don't worry about your hair, Dr. Frank. I'm sure you'll be fine. Ah, yeah, if you say so. Are you ready to go? I think Sirius will be here in a few minutes. He's helping you cross the border, right, Dr. Frank? Ah, you seemed kind of out of it there for a second. I don't know. Still feeling apprehensive? Just what if I'm just making a fool of myself? Or they already know who I am and are just going to reject me anyway? It would be pretty cruel to invite someone to an interview if you know you are just going to reject them anyway. And even if that were the case, that would say more about them than you, right? If you say so. I don't know. I keep thinking maybe it would be better to just stay home and work on experiments. It just feels so weird to be doing this. Why? Because I mean, I don't normally do this, you know. It's dumb. I'm sure I look dumb to other people. I have better things to do than dress up fancy and have people with inferior intellects tell me what to think. What did we say about your manners? Oh, sorry, it won't come out in the interview. Good. Just give it a try. What's the worst that could happen? I suppose. I took a deep breath. Yeah, at least I can gain some intel at, as the Sphincter's scientific process while I'm over there. And you won't be alone either. I'm sure Sirius can help you get to where you need to be. Suddenly there is a knock on the front door. Visitor, visitor. Ah, monster, don't open that. Too late, he's already rushing off to open the door. Ah, well, at least we know who's at the door this time. Are you ready, Dr. Frank? I happen to glance at my reflection in the mirror. I set my face into determined look. I Something to try, if nothing else. A way to waste time, but I have no idea what's going to happen. Maybe something will, maybe not. And although I don't want to admit it to X, the act of having something to do besides trying to impress a university that had turned its back on me felt like a breath of fresh air. So if I understand the story correctly, in the past 2 months, Dr. Frank befriended the Cillian character, and they came to the conclusion that maybe they should travel to the other town and pursue the plant-based research and such, maybe. And I guess Dr. Frank gave up on his original plans that were to do with the university and such. Seems like a smart decision, to be honest. Let's see where it continues. I smile, ready as I'll ever be. Oh, that's the end? But what happens next? Is that really how this game ends? Let me check extras. It looks like you haven't found a secret ending yet. There is multiple endings. Do you want a hint? Yes. Find a use for that gigantic dictionary in Dr. Frank's study. Then, with the information you gain from that, make sure to ask some questions to a certain someone. You'll only be able to ask them this specific question in the second half of the game, after the monster boyfriend's arm has been ripped off. And yet another prerequisite for this ending is that you need to have asked this person something about the church that Dr. Frank found suspicious. Good luck. Okay. That sounds intriguing. That sounds intriguing. Let me see. What do I have loaded? I have this loaded. Maybe we can put the dictionary to him in this location. Maybe. Let's go. Let's just try. Let's go over here. This is before we take the freaking thing. Let's go grab the dictionary. Yeah, let's grab it. Its weight makes me instantly regret my decision. Yeah, this is impossible. From here, let's go back to the graveyard. And let's try to put this dictionary to the Sylvian. Doesn't seem like he wants to. Let's just try talking with him. There has to be some way of doing something with this dictionary, I think. Seriously, what you'd hypothetically, of course, I really gotta know what would make you leave this area. Well, then hypothetically, I suppose if something happened to my flowers. Oh. Doesn't seem like this is the solution. Not even like this. Doesn't seem like it. Let's see. Maybe we can use that book. As soon as I step into the room, the floor beneath me feet shake. Huh? Suddenly, suddenly my feet break through and I fall. The dictionary is too heavy. I knew I should have put more effort into the upkeep of the mansion. Well, we discovered. We discovered. Let me know if you find anything down there. Yeah, we discovered another dead screen. So I'm not entirely sure. Let me check Steam guides just to see sort of what can happen. So let's see. Let's see. I am looking at the guide. There is this thing over here. We reached the New Leaf ending, it seems like. Oh, I see, I see. I think what we can do is load over here. We can grab the dictionary, and I think this will be the thing we need to do, because we can grab it, then we can head inside of the church, and apparently we should be able to use this with the library over here, and that should translate the books for us. Dr. Frank says, "What in the world? They are books about necromancy. But these aren't supposed to exist anymore. They burnt everything. I would have done anything to get my hands on these. What it would have done for me and my research, and it just shows up out of the blue like this? This is impossible." I flip one open. Ah, oh my god, look at these old formulas and detailed descriptions of known spells. It has everything. But how? Sorry for the cough. And in a Chaldean church, they are the ones who spearheaded the crusade against this sect of magic. What in the world? I put the books back to where they were and left the dictionary on the shelf, keeping a mental note of what I'd see. So now we should be able to talk with this guy again. There are necromancy books in the church. The books in the church, are they yours? Has anyone ever told you that you have very cute expressions? Stop evading my questions. The books, are they yours? Just answer the question. Yes, I suppose they are. They are necromancy texts, which has been banned and widely persecuted. Where did you get them? Have you any experience with the field? What a question. It wasn't like he hadn't seen me in the graveyard the other night, digging up bodies. You seem to be struggling there a bit, Dr. Frank. Kinda. Pardon if I insulted you. No, no, you didn't. You haven't said anything this whole time. Of what? Well, last night you saw us digging up those bodies, but you haven't said anything at all about that. I stole pens out of your donation box. I ripped someone's arm off in front of you. Did you want me to make a reference to that incident? No, I didn't. Then I don't see what the issue is. Look, if you are going to call the authorities on us, can you just do it? I wouldn't call the cops on you, Dr. Frank. You are infuriating to talk to, you know. I'm sorry to hear that. I, if those books are yours, can I assume you've read them? You seem awfully interested in those books. You're never going to answer any of my questions, are you? My research is on something similar to necromancy. I never had any academic papers to go off of. Not with what happened to them after the Edict of Tenenbury. So, seeing those books, you could have easily traveled outside of Guineal to places where magic isn't so strictly banned. Yeah, right, sure. Studying magic in Guineal is nigh to impossible, what with the form being banned. But necromancy has been banned everywhere. Even if I had left the country, it would have been the same. Would it have? I look up at him. He has an interesting look on his face. Humans have a fascinating capacity to preserve their own pasts. If a government says something must be destroyed, that will ensure that someone out there will try to preserve it, for better or worse. It seems that the only things that truly die are those that invoke little feelings. Celius? What is it? You just seemed sad. Forgive me. I didn't realize that was how I was coming off. You are free to read those books, by the way. I know that the information they contain is incredibly rare, and it sounds like it would help your own personal research, which he leans in closer to me. Can you tell me a little more about? I'm a bit curious to hear what sort of research you are conducting. Wow, your research sounds cool. Can you tell me a bit more about it? No. Oh, he got Vietnam flashbacks back to when Dominic stole his research. So he doesn't trust Cillian and decides to not tell him the expanded information, it seems. I push him away. Absolutely not. Is that why you are here? No one can see my research. Not again, not again. I'm never going to let anyone see my research ever again. Dr. Frank, please, I'm sorry. Leave me alone. Seems like we got freaking Vietnam flashback, which is quite unfortunate, that's for sure. So, let's go to the church. Large variety of books. I found some illegal necromancy texts among them. We don't have them in our inventory, so I presume... What would we do now? Well, I don't know. Can we, like, fully resurrect our boyfriend or something? He should be in the lab. Let's see. I see you are back. I have a question. About what, Dr. Frank? I need help finding a new arm. Celius is standing right there. Well, then maybe you should distract him. How? Have you asked him? Yeah, that's not what I meant. Let me just in case save the game over on this one, on the third slot. Let's try to get this freaking grow weeder out again. Maybe we need to distract. Maybe we need to distract him, and then we can use the necromancy that we learned on the graves or something. Is my guess. So let's try it. We did save the game just before this, so we should be fine. We've seen those texts, no reason to read them twice, I guess. Let's see, let's talk with him. Aren't you leaving? I am. I think we've seen those texts, should be fine. We should be able to now dig up the graves. I can't believe how hard this is, and X had made it look so easy. I tried digging for a few more minutes. My progress, or therefore lack of, is embarrassing. I am getting blisters. I stop out of breath and my head's hurting. Right, this isn't how it went before, I don't think. Dr. Frank, why am I doing this? To make history for the advancement of human knowledge. Yeah, right. Heidelberg University. They were never interested in my research before. Why would they be now? They were interested enough in Dominic's work to give him a presentation. Damn it. What's wrong with me? Why won't anyone listen to me? All they do is tell me what a freak I am, that the work I'm researching is illegal, immoral. What did Dominic have that I didn't? What am I missing? Damn it. I throw the shovel down, it hits the dirt patch with a sad thud. Why did he leave? I miss him so much. I'm tired of being alone. Dr. Frank, I look up. Of course it's him. Serious? Is something the matter? You are crying. Leave me alone. But I thought you said you didn't want to be alone. Fuck. He had heard me. What do you want? I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I'm sorry. No, you are not. If you were sorry, you'd just leave me alone. We are silent for a few awkward moments. Why won't he just leave already? Instead, he sits beside me near the small hole I had dug for myself. With him sitting there just silently, a peaceful wind blowing. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so peaceful, it's so nice. Suddenly I can't hold it back anymore. I just knew. Poor Dr. Frank started crying. Oh well. Dr. Frank, I hate everything. I hate them. Who do you hate? The villagers, my damn professors, my colleagues. I hate them all. They shunned me. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it didn't even matter. They kept telling me to be myself, so I did. I did. And they turned around and fucking cast me out. I'm not even a fucking doctor. I'm a sham. I'm nothing. He puts his arm on my shoulder and I sob measly into his pristine white jacket. He doesn't move away. We stay like that for a few minutes until I can breathe regularly again. I need to tell you something, Dr. Frank. But please, don't mention this to anyone else. I came here looking for something. Oh? Or someone. My heart skips a beat. I came here to this town to find you, Dr. Frank. Huh? Doctor, what? Are you a stalker? I need to explain myself. So I think we both have stumbled onto secrets about ourselves that we wouldn't like the other to know. You've been digging up body parts to use in your illegal resurrection experiments. That boyfriend of yours I met, right? And well, you found my collection of necromancy books. Guys, it's almost like they were meant to be together. Suddenly there is a quiet rustle behind us in the bushes. I look around but see nothing. I'm sorry, was there something else you were going to say? Sorry, I was just working up my courage. You see, I trust you with this information, Dr. Frank. I will not say anything about your own experiments if you do not mention this to anyone else. Well, I've used those books in experiments. No, I'm afraid I'm no scientist, Dr. Frank. I'm a magic user. Oh, uh, again, there is rustle but nothing there. I'm really sorry to interrupt, but did you hear anything? Oh no, I didn't. I should just get to the point. Dr. Frank, a loud growl bursts out of from right behind me. I turned around and see zombie. A zombie? I quickly reach for the shovel, hoping to protect myself. Wait, stop. Tishy, stop. I told you to wait outside of town with the others. But master, people from my town keep chasing us away with pitchforks and it's cold and damp here. And Susan's leg fell off a day ago. Can we just go home? That's what everyone keeps asking. We just wanna go home. Tishy, not yet. We can go home yet. There is still business I have to attend to. And you are to return to the others. Do you understand? But master, Tishy, I chose you to lead them in my absence, but you are making me regret that choice. No, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Go now. I'll come find... Go now. I'll come find you later tonight. I know it's hard on you and your siblings to camp out like this, but please for me. I don't know why my brain froze for a second, but that's okay. Let me take a little sip. Maybe I just need to hydrate. There we go. Of course, master. We are sorry. We love you and we hope you find that mysterious force you were looking for. Celius hugs the zombie before it saunters off into the underbrush it appeared from. So I'm a necromancer. I... Oh, I had to turn away, my face burning. Ah, sorry, I know that was a lot to take in. But He chuckles. He begins to say something else, but someone cuts him off. Papa, Mama, it's my boyfriend with X, Dr. Frank. What's taking you so long? We are going to miss the presentation entirely at this point. Oh, right, the presentation, my revenge. Right. I jump onto my feet, trying to avoid Celia's line of sight, suddenly feeling self-conscious. Shovel, shovel. I try to resume my work, but find that it's just as hard as I remember. Instead, X comes over and quickly finishes in no time flat. Thanks. In response, he hands me the arm as well as a stapler, gesturing towards my boyfriend's stump. Well, any port in a storm. right? Oh, wait a moment. Celia's come rushing over, looking at the arm I'm holding. Ah, Dr. Frank, I didn't know he was here. I'm sorry, you see, this isn't what it looks like. It's okay, X, he knows what's going on. What? Can I see that for a second? I hand the arm to him, almost dropping it as our hands brush against each other. He quickly says some words I don't understand, and the arm takes on a vibrant glow. There, it won't fall off this time. You won't be needing that stapler either. He's looking at the stapler quizzically. I will say, Dr. Frank, I am utterly surprised and impressed by you and your assistant's creativity. I've never quite seen a reanimation with the features you've given your boyfriend here. He's beautiful, isn't he? He's beautiful, isn't he? He's interesting. What do you mean interesting? He's literally like the perfect man. Except for being, made out of a dead person. X stiffens a laugh with a cough. I shoot him a glare. They're all better now. Sirius has attached the arm back to my boyfriend, who looks brand new. Also in the future, he gestures towards the boyfriend's chest. I suggest using body parts that are relatively fresher than these, ideally what the body has bloated. But before the skin slippage has let the marriage out of the bones. What? Oh, forgive me. Here, I am blabbering on again. You were late for something, weren't you? Ah, yes, we were. Iggy, let's go. We ran off towards Edinburgh, but I quickly look back and see Celia standing outside of the church with a serene-looking smile on his face. My heart can't stop beating. 15 minutes later. I can see that asshole. Even from back here I can tell that he's wearing that stupid smile of his. He's about to start the experiment. I can tell by the crowd's voices there is so many people here. We are pushing through the crowd, but all I can see is him. He looks the same, even though it feels so long since the last time we met. His face, his posture. Everything seems so familiar to me, yet now with a caustic feel. I can't take my eyes off him. I hate him so much. As we get closer to the front of the crowd, I notice that there is a dead bird in front of him. He's leaning over it now, those gorgeous locks of his falling over his eyes, brushing the sides of the face I had looked at so much before. And suddenly, the crowd is gasping, the bird is flying, and I can't move anymore. Dr. Frank, what are you doing? We need to crush his presentation. That's your research. My feet have frozen. There is a pit in the bottom of my stomach. He looks so happy. Did my research do that? Is he happy because of me? Is he happy with me? Of course he was able to pull off that experiment flawlessly. I had shown him how to do it. Dr. Frank. Birdie. I shouldn't be happy at this moment. Everything in my heart is telling me I shouldn't be, but I am. The crowd is electric. The same crowd that had told me that I had to leave. That what I was doing was immoral. That I wasn't welcome there. Had I finally done it? Was I finally going to be acknowledged? I look back at the stage. He had seen me. Our eyes meet and his face changes. Almost as if he'd seen an unsavory bug. I hate him so much. X is ahead of me, already climbing onto the stage, the monster on his tail. Hello, can everyone hear me? This isn't this man's research. The crowd goes quiet, the bird continues to fly around. Seemingly confused as to its new living state, I make it up onto the stage as well, the monster still struggling to make the jump. There is not a single sound in the auditorium now, except for the fluttering of the wings. All eyes are on me. Dominic walks over, a strange look on his face. Frankfurter, bro, you came out of your house. I'm sorta in the middle of my big presentation right now. You know, thesis project for medical school. I'm sure you'll remember that, or wait, did you flunk out before then? I can't remember. Anyway, if you could get off the stage. He roughly lays his hand on my shoulder. This is my reason. The grip of my shoulder tightens and I flinch in pain. Bro, don't mumble. What did you say? I take a deep breath. This is my reason. The crowd begins to whisper words I can't understand. Something moves in the audience. Dominic shoves me, his face angrier than I had ever seen. It's not a good look on him. Frankie. Come on, man, don't do this. We had some really nice times together, right? All of the words I was prepared to throw at him catches in my throat. He leans in closer. I learned a lot from you, you know. I really couldn't have done all this without you. Thank you, Frankie. You are such a smart guy and cute too. I am glad to have been able to work with you. Isn't this what I had wanted? I had just wanted him to like me for him to look at me with amazement when I told him all of the things I was able to discover. But not like this. I had never wanted it like this. Dominic begins to walk away while readdressing the audience, apologizing for his confused individual who had wandered into the stage. He continues to explain how his presentation worked. The crowd's noise has taken on a worrying tone. Something is wrong. Dr. Frank. What was I doing? I can't let this farce continue. I slapped my face, getting myself motivated to what I was about to do. I rushed to the center of the stage before Dominic can say anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you enjoyed the demonstration my assistant Dominic here put on. Assistant? However, that's nothing compared to what I'm about to show you. Behold. I point where the monster is still trying to climb onto the stage. He's gotten one foot up but is still struggling to raise the rest of his body. Ah well, behold, in a couple of seconds, X rushes over to help him get all the way up on the stage. There we go. This man here is the world's first artificial life form. The crowd erupts in noise. It's a good noise, I think. No longer do you have to put up with lousy, ugly, inattentive boyfriends. Now you can make your own. Fully customizable to whatever taste you may have. This, I point to the monster who has come over to stand next to me, is the future of dating. I take a moment to soak in the audience's reaction. They seem confused and scared, but, well, it wasn't what I had dreamed about. Truly innovative inventions were often met with confusion at first, right? They'll come around. Right? My friend, why don't you say a few words to the audience? I love my papa. Children, you can make your own customizable children as well. Ha 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 ha. Mr. Frank. Suddenly a furious-looking one-handed man appears from behind the curtains on the stage. Headmaster Aaron, you need to leave immediately. But I'm... The curtain drops, a few armored men appear behind him. Too late. But scared. The men grab X and the monster and hold them back while the headmaster looks at me with a disappointed look. Dr. Frank, White, you're still going to pass me, right? Mr. Nillian, we gave you this opportunity under the assumption that you were going to do independent research, not steal someone else. I didn't steal. And on top of that, you just presented highly illegal research in front of the Queen herself. Mr. Frank, he turns to me, a sad look on his face. We at Heidelberg University have done a lot over the past 8 years to prevent this from happening, despite informing you multiple times of the legality of the field of research you were pursuing. But this is important. What are laughs of in the face of? Despite the illegal nature of your work, we have turned a blind eye, leaving you to your own devices. We don't typically like the capital getting in our own personal business, but now the two armored men had finished handcuffing Ix and the monster, both of whom were looking at me with frightened eyes. Other armored men had begun to make their way towards me. Our hands are tied in this matter, Mr. Frank, and for that I am sorry. The armored man moved to put handcuffs on both Dominic and I. My heart sinks, but bro, do I pass? Under the laws of the Edict of Tannenbury, we arrest you for a crash rings out from the behind the stage. We all turn around to see that one of the armored men have fallen down. He doesn't move to get up. The man who put the handcuffs on me goes back to investigate, and suddenly a figure topples him. Now in clear sight is the zombie Celios had killed Tishi. An undead, more of her siblings shuffle from behind the curtain, emitting an ominous moan. Look at what you've done. Your research has attracted the attention of unholy creatures. How rude. Celius steps out from behind some of his own creatures, looking a bit irritated. Celius, Dr. Frank, it seems you've gotten yourself in a troubling situation. Would you like for me to help you? Yes, please. He smiles that stupid cute smile he always does, and moves forward, the rest of his creatures swarming the remaining armed guards. Tearing them down, he reaches for the handcuffs around my hands, but stops. Why did you stop? What is this? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking you look quite good like this. What? Why did I say that out loud? Excuse me. He places his hands on the cuffs, and suddenly they turn hot, yet don't burn my skin. The next thing I know, they are melting off my hands. Ah, sorry, I should have warned you. But it didn't hurt, did it? No, it didn't. I was just surprised. Good. I rub my wrists to get them feeling normal again. Wow. Am I really glad he's here? Just like I am glad that Vonix has finally showed up after his nap. Welcome to the stream. I hope you had a good rest. Yo, can you do that to mine? Celios gives him a look for a second and turns back to me. What do you think? From what I can gather, the two of you have history. Should I let him go or not? Well, after what he did to us, I'm going to say fuck him. No way. Let him burn in hell as far as I care. Leave him. Certainly. Seriously, you are just going to let me get taken away by God knows who? Well, you did present illegal research. Your research. You finally admitted it. You are a piece of shit, you know that? You always were. Fuck you, bro, and you too, Mr. Demon. Celia snaps around to stare at Dominic that looked to have hit a nerve. Before Celius can say anything, however, a few of his own creatures mob Dominic, tearing at his hair and clothes. Now, he's a guest of Dr. Frank's, be kind. But Mama, oh no. I look up and see that my boyfriend has mingled himself with the rest of the Silius horde. They seem to be having a grand time. Haha, how sweet. Isn't it Dr. Frank, or should I say Papa? Oh, you are bright pink. Sorry, Dr. Frank. You are just so fun to tease. It's okay. Oh god, what am I saying? Why does it feel like my heart is going to jump into my chest any second? So you really do roll over for anyone who shows you little attention, huh, Frankie? The words catch my throat. X runs over to me, an exasperated look on his face. I'm glad you were able to have one last chat with the love of your life, but we need to go. It looked like more guards were making their way towards the stage. We had to move fast. If there is anything you gotta tell him, now's the time, but... Looking at him tied up there, I couldn't think of anything to say. I felt pathetic. No, there isn't. He pats me on the shoulder. We probably should get going then. I can hear Dominic yelling words at me as we flee. I try to keep my eyes forward as we head toward the mansion. 3 hours later. Do you have everything? I look at the myriad of bags that his creatures are holding, each carrying the only personal belonging I'll have for the immediate future. No, but it's not like I can take the rest of my research with me. Don't worry. It'll be here for you when you get back. We hid it well enough that I doubt anyone were to find the remnants of your research. A few of the creatures holding Susie calls out to Celius for help. It seems the planned bit of a creature's arm. Again. He would be trouble to carry long distances, but Celius assures me that he could just as easily attach anything that the plant would bit off. Yes, I'll be there in just a moment after this. One of the creatures sees me looking over and waves back at me, calling me Papa. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And what about you, Sir X? Are you sure you'll be alright? Absolutely. I'm especially happy for that extra vacation time. Paid vacation time, right, Dr. Frank? He shoots me a look that I do everything in my power to avoid. It doesn't work. I wish you all the happiness with your boyfriend then. This will all blow over in a few months or so, or at least to my experiences. Maybe even sooner if what the headmaster was saying was true. I didn't realize they had done all that just for me. Sirius puts his hand on my arm. I look up at him. Damn, it's that pretty smile of his again. Are you sure you'll be alright, Dr. Frank? You are welcome. He just barely squeaks the words out before he continues. To join my boyfriend and I at his house if you wanted to. Oh, X begins to fidget, clearly hoping I won't take him up on his effort. I think I'll be fine. It'll be fun to learn from him. All about necromancy art, I can implement it back into my work when I get back. I can't wait to see that. Then I'll be seeing you. X waves me goodbye, taking off down the hill. It's just Celius and I left, as well as our collective children. Celius leaves to help rearm the zombie that had killed out before. Seeing him there with Susie and his own monsters. Have I made a mistake? Dominic's words, they kept coming back at me. So you really do roll over anyone who shows you little attention, huh, Frankie? Was I blind because he was just paying me some attention? Was I rolling over again? He would leave once I told him all I knew. I needed to stop thinking about him. This was all just business, because if I let it be anything else, the same thing would happen. Just like Dominic, I frowned. With that, I think we are ready to go. I looked up, I didn't even see him come back. Dr. Frank? What? You seem sad. Are you missing your home? Or are you having second doubts about coming with me? You are, it seems. It's okay, Dr. Frank. We barely know each other. It's natural. But I'm looking forward to learning more about you on our travels. There it is again, his smile. At this rate, I was going to like him, but doesn't he just want my research? What if you don't like what you find? What if you don't like what you find about me? I can't promise you much, Dr. Frank, but I will promise you this. I will not let any harm befall you while you are in my company and away from your home. You are, of course, more than free to leave or party at any time. We both have things we would like to learn from the other. It's beneficial arrangement. Why not see where that takes us? Could I trust him? Go with him and learn what he says he can teach me, but I barely know him. He could just as easily turn out like Dominic, or even worse. But I look at him. He could turn out differently, perhaps, or perhaps not, but even still. The words kept echoing in my head. Why not? I reach out and tentatively take his hand. A chance that perhaps things will be different. Why not? And that's the end. So we got betrayed by our ex, and then we found someone new. I decided to go far away with him. And that's the end. And hopefully it will have happy ending. I guess we won't be finding that out, but as far as I am aware, we have reached both of the endings that this game had to offer. There aren't any more. And so I guess it's time to let's check extras. Credits, don't click, author's note. Let's check the credits. Writing, art and programming has been done by Hayden. Assorted music and SFX by these guys down here. And what else was there? Author's notes. Wow, I can't believe we are here at the end of Dr. Frank's Build a Boyfriend. I started this game as part of Yaoi Gem 2016 and then totally overshot my deadline. The deadline after that as well as the next subsequent 3. Nevertheless, I somehow managed to stumble across the finish line, and here we are a year later with the finished game. I'm deeply indebted to so many people who you can check out in the credits page, and would never have been able to come this far without their help. So yeah, that's... Oh, it continues. Again, thank you to everyone who helped me along the way of this journey, and thank you, anonymous player, for having made it this far. I hope you enjoy these little outer notes I've put together to talk a little bit about putting together the story of Dr. Frank. When I decided to participate in Yaoi Gem 2016, I had the idea of repeating what I had done for Jury Gem 2015. Take a famous body of work and gender flip it. It had worked well for Helena's Flowers. Shameless plug, go check it out in the other games part of the extras. With Homer's The Iliad. But when I sat down to find a female-dominated work to gender flip for Yaoi Gem, I wasn't finding anything that really struck with me. All male Pride and Prejudice. Jane Eyre. So next I started looking at famous works by female authors and quickly settled on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I had wanted this next work to be a comedy, and spinning jokes out of the premise of Frankenstein was pretty easy. Not to mention there were plenty of Frankenstein-inspired comedians already out there I could draw inspiration from. We have some sketch art of Dr. Frank. Seems like there is a lot of text. I don't really... Wow, this design of the monster doesn't look very appetizing, to be honest. I prefer the pepperoni one. Fun fact, Dominic is from a rich posh family that bought his way into the graduate program, even though his grades are constantly in jeopardy. Fun fact, originally Celius was supposed to turn out to be worse than Dominic, someone who is using Dr. Frank for his research to fuel his revenge on the Enspington government. But I took it out because I felt like it ruined the message of Dr. Frank moving on. Yeah, that's... I think the ending that we got, the last one, felt really good. I like how it's sort of open-minded with Celius being the new boyfriend in Dr. Frank's life. Fun fact, the monster boyfriend is made up of body parts from 5 different families, some of which deeply detested each other. Oh, that's interesting. X used to work as a house cleaner for Dr. Frank's grandmother, but his job title changed to that of a lab assistant after she passed. He did eventually get a raise after the events of the game. X became the gay straight man to Dr. Frank's and later the monster boyfriend's antics. He really became the MVP, especially in the general ending. His first name is Bartholomew, which he hates. He kids used to call him Reed, make fun of him, Bart for short, making his full name Bart Frank. Okay. So yeah, I enjoyed this game. I think it's nice. And if you want to know more about this game, maybe even play it, you can do so for free. It's on Steam, it's free, which is a really good price. It's free. We love free games, of course. There was also Don't Click. I wonder what that does. Wow. Okay. Didn't expect that, but okay. So I give this game... Since it's free, I will give it like 9 out of 10. I think it was pretty fun, especially for a free game. And judging by the hours we managed to rank up, it took us 3 hours to finish properly. Although I do read slowly, so I guess average player probably finishes this in half the time, but that's okay. I enjoyed it. I would definitely give it 9 out of 10. I think it's pretty fun. Now looking at the hours, I am not sure what to do next. We could maybe raid someone, or maybe we could start some different game. I don't know. Either way, I will quit the game. And I will switch to the pause screen. Because I need to go do something.